What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate you all tuning in as always. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that darn subscribe button, join in on the dang fun. Go ahead and hit that notification bell as well so that you're notified whenever we upload. It's that dang simple. So if you've missed my previous uploads, I urge you to go check them out. But we're ready to start ragtagging this dang truck behind me, and we're gonna get it started in today's upload. Let's do it! I actually started filming this video yesterday, but it got a little late on me and I had shit to do. So I just started from scratch. I didn't really go over anything too god-awful important that you guys would want to see or that you missed out on, whatever. But we've got everything to put it back together. We was waiting on one part, that fuel line, and like I think I said it in one of the videos, we found it. But of course, we got a hiccup, go figure, but we're still gonna keep rolling. We're not worried about it. I'll get to that here in a minute. But we did. We went ahead and canceled our order on our XDP starter and went and picked up a Napa starter. And while we was there, went ahead and picked up our heavy duty drive belt as well. I think it's the $90 drive belt, something like that. But it's the only one I will use. If there's any squeaking going on, get that bad bitch. I own a second gen, trust me, and I threw it on there, no squeaking, starting, running, turning it off, no squeaking. But so we got the starter on, it's all hooked up, and we also got our new fuel filter delete on. I've opted out for the fleece fuel filter delete. I like it solely just because it actually mounts to the block. That was really my only purpose. And also it kind of matches, or it does match the coolant bypass, you know what I mean? Just keep things looking cool. But we kept our old XDP fuel filter delete. We'll use it for future projects. You guys know the deal. And also we threw on a new Quadzilla boost puller. So if you guys are curious, in some of my other footage, I went over the boost puller and stuff like that. I'm not going to now, but if you guys are curious about benefits or anything, as far as install benefits, applications, anything, ask me. Boost fuller, the fuel filter delete, any of it. If you guys are curious, shoot me an email, comment below, I'll get with you. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead. We've got to throw all this new stuff on the valve cover. I got some new valve cover bolts, I got a new valve cover gasket, a new crankcase vent. I'm gonna throw the belt on. These gaskets for the intake horn at the heater grid block delete, they are fine. These bad boys, you can actually reuse these a few times. I'm not saying do it, but you can if you want. I got a couple parts out in the truck actually. Let's run out here and get these real fast. Beep, 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 beep. Here's the old shit turd parts truck again. Oh, don't mind this box. Don't mind that box. Here is our fuel line. If you guys can already tell what's going on here. Don't mind that. What could that be for? I don't know. So if you guys don't keep up with the videos, you guys probably won't know why that fuel line is significant. But that's what's been hindering us from starting the truck. I've been a butthurt. I didn't want to throw the one only oddball old fuel line back on the truck, because from top to bottom, this entire fuel system is brand new on this damn truck. So I wanted to run all new fuel lines, and these hard fuel lines are kind of hard to run down, more or less. And the only one that I had left was the one that runs from the fuel pressure relief valve down to your fuel filter delete or fuel filter and on over to your CP3 right here. You guys can see that banjo bolt right there, come over top, right there. And you can kind of see the angle of how it runs. But anyway, since I'm over here, I thought I found it, but I found half of it. The diagram, everything I looked at online looked like it was the whole shebang, but of course it was not. But we're gonna run with it, it's okay. I was thinking about throwing a coat of paint on it, something, I don't know, but it's fine. It's okay. I'm gonna throw this one on anyway. I just got it laid out. They got the part number covered up and everything, so it's a bust. We're not worried about part numbers. It came all the way from Florida. That's a $110 fuel line right there. That's what I feel like also got gypped, because that doesn't seem right. All these other fuel lines, Even the return that runs to the back of the head. Oh yeah, by the way, I tightened that bad boy up. It runs from the back of the head and right here and attaches to the back of the fuel filter to Leap. It was only like $40. And so I'm not bitching, I promise. But so we're gonna throw this in here and we're gonna throw it on. We got new copper O-ring washers, of course, to go on there as well. If you guys wanna know, you don't have to wait on these from Amazon or anything. If you don't have any, just run to Harbor Freight, buy them out. Hell, they're like $4 a box. Buy them out, because if you work on these trucks regularly, you're gonna need some of them washers eventually. Harbor Freight is the go-to. There's not that much left. I just gotta, damn, that is one thing. I gotta run and get some dielectric grease. I'm not gonna go in, here we go again. I'm a pervert, guys, I swear. We're not going in dry. You guys know the deal. We are not going in dry. I did go across all of my injector harnesses and hit them with some electrical cleaner and blew them out with my air gun and everything. So they're all dried up, good to go. But I want to get some dielectric grease so that we can get 100% connection. So we just got some electrical connections, intake horn, heater grid block. I'm gonna throw the valve cover on. We gotta top it off with coolant. I may do that while we run to get some dielectric grease. Of course, we're gonna do an oil change as well. We've got everything necessary over here because we went through the entire valve train. The head was off, everything. So of course, it kind of goes without saying, we're gonna change the damn oil in the thing. While I'm at it as well, we're gonna put the battery on the charger. We'll see how many of these things I remember. You guys try to keep up with me. But so, ain't nothing to it but to do it. So let's fucking do it. So we've got our final fuel line all put together. You guys can see what I mean now. All these new fuel lines, and then we got this little Yankee fucker. Oh well, well, I say probably, I am. I'm gonna keep looking for the rest of that damn fuel line. If you guys can find this other half of the whole thing, I don't care to buy the whole thing as a unit if that's the only way it's sold. But it's on, it's fine. One thing I like to do is mark my banjo bolts, just so you make sure if they back off any, you can go ahead and snug them back up. You guys can see I got all mine marked. If you can see that yellow mark there. Yellow mark there, and there's one on the back side too, back here. But I just wanted to show you guys that. I'm gonna put y'all on time lapse for the rest of the stuff. I may touch base on the valve cover a little bit. We're gonna throw the job belt on, tighten it, or throw our intake horn on, get our intercooler boots all snugged up and whatnot. Hook up our map sensor, hook up our fuel pressure sensor and whatnot. What else? I don't know what else. But anyway, I've got to get dielectric grease, and I also forgot, I got to get some damn diesel. This damn thing is bone dry, so I'm going to run and get 5 gallon of diesel too whenever we get out. But so I'm going to throw y'all on time lapse for just a bit. Let's get this motherfucking thing going. So before I run to the store and run and get diesel and stuff like that, I'm gonna go ahead and outfit the valve cover. We've got a new valve cover gasket, a new crankcase vent, and I got some new valve cover bolts. So you guys can see our little rubber grommets, not all of them. Let me see. There we go, there's one. A couple of them are starting to get some tears and whatnot, so I figured I'd go ahead and replace them. Apparently these things are a hot commodity because all of these were almost $200 for 6 bolts with little rubber grommets on them. So get them while they're hot. There's part number. There's part number right there if you guys want to pause the screen and get it. I use Cummins OEM gaskets for everything gasket wise. There's your part number for the valve cover gasket if you guys want to get it. And then these little crankcase vents, you can get them anywhere. Amazon, I think Summit might have them, I'm not for sure. Rock Auto, they just about all got them. Now, Only reason I'm replacing them. Of course, if it's old, this thing's like 15 bucks, 20 bucks, replace it. If it looks like shit and you don't have the plastic cover over your valve cover. But mine, I think I over torqued it, but you guys can see it seam all the way around where my pointer finger is. That seam, I don't know if I, like I say, I don't know if I over torqued it or what. You guys can almost, I'm trying to use my eyes, not the camera. You can almost see it separating. But anyway, we had a pretty substantial oil leak. You can see it kind of over top of the valve cover and everything. So I just went ahead and replaced it too. So let's get all this stuff thrown together. I'm gonna wipe it clean, get a little bit of oil off of it first. We'll throw all these new parts in, and we're gonna hit the road so we can hurry up and get back to the shop and hopefully get the truck started before dark anyway. So fingers crossed. The valve cover all good to go. Got our new bolt set in there, new crankcase breather. I'll lift those little washers out because I think that's actually what split the top off of my last one. New gasket went in flawlessly, fit in perfectly. Go back to your home. You can get some cheap gaskets and they won't want to go in real good. So we'll just go with Cummins OEM, of course. Now before we run to the store, I've got to throw the battery on the charger. I'm going to get the oil draining, but before I get the truck up in the air to pull the oil drain plug out, I'm going to go ahead. I've got the petcock cracked on our new XTP radiator. I'm going to get a gallon of water, and I want to at least get like a quart drained through the system before I close it off and start capping it off. But I want to throw a couple gallon in just so the coolant system is bleeding a little bit, just getting ahead of the game a little bit more or less. But before I do that, I want to get a gallon of distilled, go ahead and pour a little bit, see if I can't get a little bit of flow all the way through the system. So let's do that real fast. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, and my damn funnel's pretty loose in there. Let's stop it. Let's see if we can get any drainage coming out of here. Might take her a little while. Might even take her a little more. Me too, truck, me too. Come on, baby. Might get some draining out. Fuck. I didn't have the petcock all the way open. Looking pretty clear. I just like running, about like with the fuel system. I just like letting a little bit run through. Make sure there's no gunk coming out or anything. But it's looking pretty damn clean to me. Just gonna run one through it. See what all comes out. I may hit it with a little more because we got some extras over there. These diesels or these Cummins, they don't hold but 4 gallon. So we got another extra gallon over there. We're just gonna get some good flow going. We don't see no leaks coming from our coolant bypass back there, so that's a good sign. If it's made it back there, I'm sure no circulation has put it back at for yet. But it looks good. I like it. I like it. Let's get wet real fast. Get wet. Go ahead and close that bad boy off. Tighten my hand. I'm gonna grab some channel locks. I'm gonna tighten that bad boy down. I'm gonna throw a couple gallon. What's up, guys? I'm gonna throw a couple gallon in the radiator, kind of let it self bleed, and then I'm gonna get the truck up in the air. We're gonna drain the oil out of it, and I'm gonna leave the drain plug out and just let oil drain while I'm gone. I'll come back, cap it off. I'll get the oil filter off and all that shit. But let's keep knocking shit out. actually almost got our 4-gallon of coolant in. We just got to add a little bit more. We'll just top it off. But we're not worried about overheating today for starting or anything or first drive. It'll be fine. But we got the oil draining and the oil looks awesome. No complaints there. No mixtures, no funny smells, none of the sorts. But I'm gonna keep letting that drain while I'm gone. I'm gonna run and get some diesel and try to run down some dielectric grease. And then we can come back. We can not top off the tank. Throw a 5-gallon in the tank. Make sure our sump isn't leaking anywhere. Before I leave, I need to hook up that battery to the charger. And I'll unhook the fuel line, run into the CP3. We'll turn the key over, let the air dog cycle some fuel into another empty 5-gallon bucket. Hook up our CP3, bump the starter a few times, let some fuel cycle. On these common rail trucks, don't crack any of your fuel lines and try to bleed the fuel system that way. These are self-bleeding fuel systems, and they're very, very, very high fuel pressure systems. If you crack it, you got a pinhole somewhere, you could do some serious damage. You shoot your damn eyeball out, and you guys know the deal, Ralphie. But anyway, let's run to the store. Let's get some diesel. Let's get on back so we can start this bad bitch. I am telling you guys, I am going on 25 years old, and I have about lost my mind. I was getting ready to haul ass on up out of here, thinking about dielectric grease. About forgot the old diesel can. In there. Cool. Let's try it again. Pulling out of Harbor Freight. They had actually some dielectric grease right there in that little tube. Went ahead and picked up another gallon of 1540 oil. So I can go ahead and add it to my little oil shooter gun. Because before I put the valve cover on, I'm going to go ahead and coat everything again with oil before we throw it on and just fill with oil from the front hole. I want to go ahead and saturate everything good with proper 1540 synthetic oil. I don't even know if I grabbed synthetic or not. But so anyway, I'm going to stop up at the gas station by the shop, grab a little bit of diesel. Let's get down there and knock this damn thing out. What y'all's prices where you guys are at? I'm in Western Kentucky and diesel is $3.29. Not too god awful bad, I don't guess. At least it's not $4 a gallon, but that's not the absolute best. And then we got to deal with dumbasses. Come on, are y'all turning? What are you doing? What are you doing? Now we got a long ass drive back to the shop. Oh, long drive. And we're here. We are back in the shop. We got some diesel. We got our battery charging. We got our oil finished draining over there. Coolant is topped off, basically. We got our little oil gun topped off with some 1540. We got the regular T6 1540 we're gonna be throwing in. Right over there, the new Mopar filter, and we got our synthetic grease. Now, before we lower the truck so we can top off the oil and change the oil filter and whatnot, replacing the drain plug with this Mishimoto magnetic drain plug. It just has a magnet on the end, and rather than that little 3/8 socket in or ratchet in head, it's got an actual socket sized head on it, and there's a part number. It's an M18 by 1.5. Pretty damn cool though, be a nice touch. And if, like I say, if you have any metal shavings or anything floating around in your oil, that magnet will catch that for you. Thing's pretty damn sweet actually. I think it was like 40 or 50 bucks or something. But XDP, go check them out. Like I always say, down to the little things. They have got everything. Let's go ahead and bounce over here. Oh, where's our drain pan? Oh, let me grab a towel real fast, actually. There we go. Just a good, nice clean surface. Y'all know the deal. All gooby. Need to get a new oil pan. Got that shit peeling off everywhere. New oil pan, y'all hear me? Of course, you're gonna want to get some new rubber O-ring washers. So whenever you change your oil, you can change out. Damn, that's a strong damn magnet. Look at that son of a bitch. That's nice there. See if we can't get this bad boy to thread in without any issues. Threads in, no problem. No problems. And it's an M and a W. Look at that. Marcus Wood. That's me. That's me. I'm going to tighten this sumbitch down. Don't over torque your drain plugs. Make sure you get them bad bitches out. Let's tighten that up. Get your truck on the ground. Finish up all this jazz. Full filter switched over. Good to go. Not a problem there. Now I went ahead and threw some 1540 in here and my little oil shooter squirter. Now on these ones back here that I can't reach, I'm just gonna go crazy. Try not to miss the valve cover or the valve train, of course. But I'm just gonna saturate her down, kind of get on the push rods a little bit. Get just a little bit of everything, kind of over top of them, over top of your jam nuts and down towards your trunnions and stuff like that. Let's get a good nice coat. Does not hurt at all. Maybe try to hit your rocker bridges just a little bit. All right, now got it coated pretty good. I'm just gonna take this whole damn gallon without trying to make a mess because I'm holding the camera. But I'm just gonna hit them all just a little bit. Just like that. I just want to get across them just a little bit because like I say, once you put the valve cover on, you're just filling from right here. So I just wanted to get everything lubed up just a little bit, you know, just to help with all the new moving parts and whatnot, make sure there's no friction between anything. But I'm just gonna go ahead, throw the valve cover on. Actually, just because I'm a butthurt, I'm not gonna show you guys. I'm gonna spin the engine over just a couple of times, get it back to top dead center, go back across, make sure all the rocker assemblies are at least pretty damn close before I go for an initial start. But then I'm gonna throw the valve cover on. After we heat cycle it, I probably won't heat cycle it tonight. I'll probably just start it, make sure everything's good, and heat cycle it tomorrow in the next video, I should say. And once I heat cycle it, I'm gonna come back, recheck valve lash. I'm gonna hit my head studs one more time, just go across, check everything, make sure it is 100%. Check coolant, check just a little bit of everything. But so just real fast, I'm gonna throw this valve cover on, get it torqued to spec. I'll have the torque specs here in just a second. I'm not for sure what the valve cover bolts are. I'll probably just snug them up, to be honest with you, but I'll put the torque spec right here anyway. Let's get this bad boy thrown on, and then we can get some dielectric grease going on these sumbitches, throw some diesel in it, throw our battery in. It's actually the next day, you guys. It got a little bit late on me last night, and I just wanted to come in today with a clear head so we can go to start the damn truck. But we have got everything thrown back together. We got dielectric grease on all of our connections. Went ahead and hit the CP3 or FCA connection too. And these hard lines here coming from the crankcase vent, the bigger one just goes down and vents to the atmosphere. And this little one runs down here and goes right back to the block. It's that one running straight down there. Those are new as well, and those are off xdp.com as well. But anyway, so I left this bad boy open last night, and we got a little bit of diesel filling up the bucket. But I just want to turn the key over and show you guys what I'm talking about here. I'll just do it real fast now. Actually, make sure and grab these. I'm gonna blocked it off so we didn't lose all of our damn diesel. Oh, let's grab the key. We've got everything hooked up. We're just gonna cycle a little bit of diesel. That's all we're gonna do. Well, hell, I'll bump the starter one time. That's what I'm talking about whenever I say bump the starter. We'll just like it. And we've got diesel flowing. I'm gonna stop before I fill my bucket up, and I'm going to reclamp my fuel line. Bam. Just doing that because I'm gonna let that diesel drain out of that line before I hook it up to the CP3, so I'm not getting diesel all over the place. But we're ready. I'm gonna hook it up, hook that supply line, route it up through my engine bay here, and hook it up to my CP3 right here. And then I'm gonna do the same thing I just did. I'm gonna bump the starter, maybe half a dozen times. Maybe not that many, 4, 5, 6 times. Somewhere around there, just until I feel there's enough fuel running through the system that we can start hard cranking it and hopefully get a good start, and hopefully there's no hiccups. Well, like I say, it is the next day, so I'm gonna start filming the next video as well, but we are going to get a first start in this video. I'm excited about it, and just knowing that this project is almost behind us, I'm just thinking about other stuff I want to do to it now. First thing on the list is we're going to, hell, I don't know if I want to give it away. We're going to go back across the whole thing, and we're going to respray the entire truck. It was kind of an experiment, if you will, going with this paint company. Spraying it like I did and everything, but we're going to respray the entire truck. We're going to get a Laramie Sport style front bumper so that we can have a fully color matched front bumper. We're going to redo a whole bunch of stuff, finish 100% paint and everything. We've got a whole bunch of ideas for it. We need a new damn windshield, but we're going to wait for that till after we paint and all that good shit. We've just got a bunch of shit on our minds about this truck. And we've got other projects going, other big projects coming at those boxes, and some more coming for the next project. But I'm gonna quit blabbing. What do I want to do? Hell, let me hook up this fuel line real fast. We'll bump the starter a couple times, and we'll start cranking this bitch. All right, so actually, let me show you guys under the hood first. Went ahead and hooked up our supply line coming from our air dog. Now I'm just gonna come in here, I'm gonna bump the starter and let it cycle just a couple of times. One thing I have noticed is this damn thing is quiet, very, very quiet. But we're just gonna let her cycle. We're gonna do that probably, like I say, probably 4, 5, 6 times or so. It usually cycles for about, there it quit, usually, 10, 15 seconds, plus or minus a few seconds. But we're just gonna do that a few times until we feel confident that we've got fuel circulating pretty good through our system, most of the air out of the system, and we're gonna start cranking this damn thing. Of course, along the way, checking under the hood for leaks at your injector supply lines, all that kind of stuff. The routine shit. Y'all know the freaking deal. real fast so I can go over it and everything. I just want to show you guys. We've got good fuel pressure. We've got a check engine light. I'm sure that's probably just for the map sensor or something. No leaks. No funny noises coming from the lift pump. Let me get this thing. Got the jump pack off. Had to let it charge for like an hour actually. I ran, got lunch, watched the Tommy F.I. video in the truck, let it charge up. And there doesn't seem to be any leaks. It sounds good. The valve train sounds pretty good. No crazy funny sounds or anything as of right now. So I'm gonna kind of eyeball around the truck, turn it on and off a couple times, and I'll catch up with you guys here in a second. There we have it, fellas and ladies. The old gray dookie turd is started back up. Back to life, baby. And of course, in typical diesel fashion, another problem presented itself. But it's fine, and it was probably something I did. But one of the transmission cooler lines running to the heat exchanger, I think it's the one coming from the top side here, right about in here. It seems as if there's a pinhole, and that's where we're leaking transmission fluid. I thought it was oil at first. I was like, fuck. But I do believe it is. The camera's doing weird shit. Oh yeah, got my finger good too. One of these transmission cooler lines I think is cracked. So we're just gonna order a new set of them bad boys. We may go ahead and order a whole new transmission cooler setup. Here we go again, snowballing into shit, but that's all right. So I don't want to let it heat cycle and everything and keep leaking fluid out. So we're gonna wait on those parts before we heat cycle the truck, blah, blah, blah. But I can tow the drive shaft back in, and this bad bitch is mobile. I have got my damn lift back. We can move on to other shit, and this bad girl can kind of fall on the back burner, if you will. But it just kind of gives us more room for diverse footage, diverse content, if you will. I'm trying to make up words. Y'all leave me alone. But so that's really our only problem. We had about 20 codes stored for some reason, but it was all injector codes and whatnot, and I cleared those out, and those never came back. But our heater grid code, it is staying stored, of course, because we deleted our heater grid in its entirety. So 2 or 3 codes are run out for that. But other than that, sounds great. Here, I'll start it for just a second. Get in here. Y'all don't mind my dirty interior. Get in there. Where's my key? Air Dog is treating us just fine. We're still running a little low on our battery, but look at that. Let's see that fuel pressure. Boom, baby. And running pretty damn smooth, if you ask me. It does seem as if as soon as you start it, it's real smooth, but then it comes back and gets a little choppy. But like I say, it's a brand new fuel system, so I'll let it heat cycle a few times. We are running 0 tunes on this truck, so we're gonna probably hit up our guys, probably MM3 tuning or something. I don't know who for sure yet, because this is an early model common rail Cummins, so no EFI, none of the good shit. But there's still good tuners out there. Sounds good, sounds awesome. We're gonna work on other stuff in the future, of course, but our puddle is getting bigger. I'm trying to hurry up so I don't make a complete and total mess, but I did. It's a little bitty pinhole in the transmission cooler line. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a mess, I know. You guys leave me alone. But I don't know if you guys could tell. I was trying to figure out where that little spot was coming on the heat exchanger itself. But there was. I don't know if you guys could see that stream. I thought it was like slime almost. Like it was just stringing across there. But it was a steady stream. And it's a pinhole shooting straight at the heat exchanger from this line right here. So how that happened, who the hell knows how? Probably from me scraping rust off and shit, and that rust was holding it tight. But I'm gonna order some proper caps for these bad boys. I'm gonna order either some new transmission cooler lines, or like say a whole new transmission cooler setup. Might go ahead and order aftermarket fans, all that good shit, and get it set up in the bed of the truck or under where the spare goes, something along those lines. Who knows? But I'm gonna get situated, clean the shop up at least just a little bit. Now, I'm gonna go home and finish editing this video. We're about halfway through with it being edited. But edit this video, get it uploaded, and then I think I'll come back tonight and we'll roll on to the next video. That is effectively going to end today's upload, you guys. Hope you all enjoyed, as always. I know, I sure in the shit did. As you guys can tell, I am tickled absolute shitless that we got this damn gray truck started back up. Excuse my language. But I am absolutely tickled to death. Of course, we got a few things we got to go over, button up, dot our T's, cross our I's, if you will. But we got to order some more parts, order some more fixed parts, get ready for the next phase on the build, go back, you know, we're gonna have to do a couple hot retorques, check our valve lash, all of the stuff. Of course, some stuff you don't have to, but I'm a butthurt and I want to go over and check absolutely everything along the way. But so I am headed home. I'm going to edit this video and I'm starting on the next video. Has absolutely nothing to do with diesels. Well, there's a diesel in the video, but it has nothing to do with diesels at all. We're moving on to the next project, or starting another one, kind of mingling the two. Just the gray truck was immobile, so I couldn't use my lift. But so, leave a comment below if you got an idea what the next project's going to be. I don't think you guys are going to know or have the slightest clue of what we're doing next. But so, that's enough jibber jabber. Like I say, make sure to smash that big thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel for more. You guys aren't going to want to miss out on future content. I'm telling you, we have got tons to come, tons in the works for the channel in particular. Mainly for you subscribers, so get amped. We've got some cool shit coming. I love each and every single one of you guys. But that's gonna do it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.